Hey there, Jakob here, and today I want to show you this guitar that I built. It was quite a difficult build, and I will upload a build video as well. There are a lot of things to talk about, and I thought I make a extra video explaining all the features and kind of new technologies that I've used. This is the third edition of the wooden version of my guitars. Yeah, if you know my guitars, usually I'm using this Hempstone, so it's like hemp fiber material I use to make these round back bodies. Yeah, this wooden version here tries to emulate some of the ergonomic benefits, and the main idea is that when you hold the guitar, the 2 points that are touching your body are basically this edge right here where it lays on your lap, and then this kind of area here. And the idea here is that you can hold it much closer to your body because I have this concave shape, this relief here. And the idea isn't that new, so maybe you know of the Manzer Wedge. And basically what you do is to have the back in a wedged kind of orientation. So the side is slimmer on the bass side. And you get some of the benefits of that as well. And it's much easier to do. So on this one, using veneer, so 4 layers of veneer that I laminated over a mold, and this way I get like this shape. And it's not also on the back, but the sides are also kind of tucked in a little bit, which makes it even more difficult because there are like no right angles, and I had to do like the binding by hand, manually kind of scraping it, and it gets very tough because the veneer is very thin, and if you make mistakes, which I did in this build, and you get too thin and you sand through, it's kind of game over. But I managed to rescue this one with the permission of my client to kind of do this sunburst finish and to cover up some of these spots I kind of sanded through, and also the binding kind of bled out a little bit, like the taint of the binding, which I'm using a hemp rope which is tainted and then the taint bled out a little bit in the wood and looked quite bad. So I managed to kind of rescue it, and I think it was one of these happy accidents that I think made this guitar really nice and special. Let's talk about some of the features of the guitar. So obviously it's a nylon string fan fret guitar, which is quite unusual. My client likes fan frets, and I use this guitar also as a test piece for my CNC that I got. So I made most of the parts using a CNC to make a neck like this with a CNC, which is fan threaded. It gets a lot more difficult. The reason for that is because the headstock is not just tilted in like this direction, but it's like tilted in like 2 dimensions, and I have to position the neck on the CNC in like 5 different orientations, and the relations between like the location markers should be like pretty much perfect. It's quite a headache to figure out. And how I did it is I did the scarf joint in like a wave shape. So this is like a wave that's also like 3-dimensional kind of going in, and this way the orientation of the scarf, so the orientation of the head plate to the neck, is like fixed. It can't move up and down when you glue it on or kind of tilt in any way. And this way I managed to kind of pull it off, and it was quite some work to kind of make it work and figure out. But I learned a lot, and you will see in the video how many steps it is. And also this neck is actually hollow, so there is only about 2.5 millimeters of wood here, and underneath there is a carbon fiber layer. And to fill up the empty space, I used Paulownia wood, which is very light, so that the you don't have like this neck heavy. It's still a little bit because the tuners are very heavy, but this guitar itself is one of my lightest guitars overall. Also, I did a carbon fiber inlay into the headstock, so like all around, going into the carbon fiber inlay here, so it makes it like very stiff and very secure. It really helps to stabilize the headstock, and also I think it has a positive impact on the sound. Another thing I did is I have like this side port design, which is like a first for me. I really like how it looks and also how it works, because all the sound from the sound port is now directed at the player, which is like really nice. You don't only have like the small sound port as I usually do, but you have like all the energy going towards you. Also has a nice window to look inside. So maybe you can see inside here there is a lattice bracing, and this lattice bracing also was a first for me. Not the lattice itself, but how I did it. So usually I do my tops with a double top construction, which means you have 2 layers of spruce with a no-makes layer in between. Basically it's there to save weight, so to reduce the weight of the overall top. But on this I decided to make the top very thin and then use this lattice to make it stable and make it very stiff and stable and secure. And if you know my guitars and how I construct my tops, I usually laminate them in like a wave form, so it counteracts the pull of the strings by this lamination. And on this one I just sanded into the lattice this kind of wave, and you maybe can still see that it's not perfectly flat, so it still has like a little bit back bend here. And that's a good thing, because the bridge wants to tilt in this direction, and this kind of back bow prevents it from doing it. Makes a very stiff, very light construction. So this is relatively stiff for a classical guitar, and the top is 1.2 millimeters, I think. So it's like paper thin, and very loud. One of my loudest, if not the loudest, classical guitar I've built so far. So I'm very happy with the design choice on the top. And that's the guitar. That's the tech that I used. And now I'm gonna play a little bit on it. I also have a pickup in here. It's called AER, so it's German company. AER Lily 1 is the pickup called, and it's a undersaddle transducer. It's like I'm not sure if it's a piezo, but there's like this stick which I inlaid into the saddle, and I really like it. There's also a microphone, you can kind of mix it up. I want to play something for you now, just with the microphones and then with the pickup. And now with some microphone. Alright, there you have it. That's the guitar. I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the sound, the design, and the pickup. And yeah, stay tuned for the build video, which will be coming up soon. And other than that, thanks for watching, and see you next time.